Welcome to Unstoppable, where dreams turn into plans and plans turn into powerful action. Hosted by Paula Swain, financial planner, business owner, grandma, and queen of reinvention. This show is for women ready to stop surviving and start thriving. We'll laugh, we'll learn, and we'll tackle the messy, beautiful, in-between parts of life that no one really talks about, but we all live through. This is Unstoppable.
Hi, and welcome to Unstoppable. I'm Paula Swain, your host and financial planner with the Financial Center for Women. So lately, I've been using a lot of AI, and it has changed the way that I'm doing business because it frees me up to do a lot more because I'm able to pose a question to it or have it help me write an email. I'm also using a version called Type for a book that I'm writing that's not writing the book, but it is doing some of the editing for me. So AI, I believe, is changing the way that we do business. So I have my marketing guru, Kendra Corman from H2H Consulting with me here today, and she's also an AI expert.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
I'm excited to always be around you. So anyway, how did you find out about this AI? How did you learn AI? How did you learn it? It's confusing.
So AI's been around a long time.
Really?
Yes. ChatGPT was like the birth of it being accessible to everybody, which is very cool. But I've used systems that were a little clunky and I was way better than they were, right? So way back in the day, there were writing assistants that I could write 10 times faster than. And so I was actually a little bit skeptical about the whole AI thing when it first launched. And a friend of mine said to me, he goes, "So how are you liking AI and ChatGPT?" And I was like, I'm not into that because
a lot of people are afraid of it.
Right. But I was like, I can write faster than that. I can write better than that. It's just a waste of my time. And he's like, you know what? You use a lot of AI systems. And then he started listing all of the systems that I use that are AI. And I was like, all right, I need to look into this. And so I actually started playing around with ChatGPT a couple months after it came out. So I was a later early adopter of it. And it now saves me 30 to 40 hours a week on average.
It saves me a ton of time. I mean, a ton of time.
Yeah.
Like what takes me, an hour to correctly form a letter or an email, I can now do in a matter of a couple of minutes. And for me, being in the business that I am, I also can format that without having to be client specific or anything like that. It's just a pretty generic email. Then I can go back in because it does make mistakes.
Oh, yes.
It does make mistakes, so you do have to go back and it's not going to replace an assistant, but it does surely help.
Oh, yes, for sure. So like you said, AI gets it wrong a lot.
A lot.
A lot. Even when you say, don't make things up, it makes things up. AI is inherently wants to please you, wants to make you happy. So if it doesn't know something, it fills in the blank. And usually it's because we didn't give it enough information.
What do you mean it fills in the blank? Like, give an example of that.
So if I wanted to write an email to you about an event and I didn't tell it the date, right? And I said, hey, let's go to lunch at Capital Grill or something along those lines.
Sure.
It would write you an email.
When are we going? Capital Grill?
I'm
going.
And I didn't put the date in, right? It would say, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you next Thursday at Capital Grill. It would make that up because it needs it for the content of the email. I just didn't give it to it, right? And so that's a big part of how it makes things up. The rest of the time, it's guessing the next word based upon all the stuff that it's learned, right? It's doing probabilities and guessing what the next word should be, which I think is just blows my mind that it can do that and so well.
And you have to also watch because it's very flowery.
Yes.
It likes to describe things like the sky is beautiful and it's got pinks and purples and you're just like, I just wanted the word sky. I didn't need 5 adjectives to describe the word sky. I just wanted the word sky.
Yes. And again, that comes to what you're telling your AI system to do. There's a lot of different ones out there. A lot of them are based on ChatGPT or another system that I like to use for writing, which is Claude.ai. It's by a company called Anthropic. I think Claude's a little bit of a writing buddy of mine. He's a little bit better of a writer than ChatGPT at times.
Okay.
And then Perplexity I use for research. So it'll actually give me all the sources. It will give me the links so I can check if things are right. Usually if Claude or ChatGPT gives me something and I'm like, is this even true? I'll copy and paste it into Perplexity and say, is this true? And sometimes Perplexity is like, mostly. And I'm like, okay, what does mostly mean?
Oh, I didn't even realize you could do that. That's really cool.
It's a lot of fun. But the biggest thing to do when you're starting out leveraging AI, so if you've been scared or hesitant to use it and you don't want to use it at work, as a lot of people tell me they don't want to use it for work or school.
Why not?
What?
Why not? Why wouldn't you want to use it for work or school?
I don't know. Some people have this thought process that it's cheating. It's not. Not if you do it right, because you're giving it your information.
I think when you're putting all your thoughts and everything in there, it's really just organizing those, for me, in a more professional way than the way that I used to do it, because I would sit and reread, trying to make sure that my email was professional. And it just does it for me in seconds, but it is my information. It just kind of takes it and lays it out in the correct format. And transitions it well for me.
And that's what people don't realize. If you're giving it your information, your examples, your information, your thoughts, your experiences, it's not cheating by any stretch of the imagination. It's taking you and what you have to share, which is very unique to saying, you can type in, write me a 3-page paper on the different types of pizza, and it'll do it. But if you say, I want to evaluate the different kinds of pizza, and you say Detroit style, Chicago style, you talk about Chicago style deep dish versus, and you talk about how you like it, right? And some key places that you want to mention and stuff, that's very different, right? Than just saying, write me an essay on pizza.
Right, because it's using its words and not yours.
Right.
But I know with clients that I was sitting at a client's kitchen table the other day, because I like to go to clients' homes, and she's like, I'm going to Seattle, Washington. And I'm like, no. Was it? Well, somewhere. She was going out west. And I'm like, what are you going to do? And she goes, I don't know. She haven't researched it yet. I'm like, oh, let me show you this. And I pulled up Chat, and I was like, how many days are you going to be there? She's like, 5. I'm like, okay. What should I do? The top 5 things I should do, and plan it out for me for the week. And she was like, I was so afraid of this until you just showed me how easy it is.
Yeah.
So it can plan trips for you. It can do a lot of stuff.
It can do a ton of stuff. And if you say you don't like art museums, or you really like art museums, or you have a tendency to like, you have children traveling with you, you can put ages and interests and everything into it, and it will identify. Again, the more you give it, the better results you'll get when it comes to that information. And it'll plan the whole trip for you.
So that museum, there was, I read somewhere that if you are traveling, like I went to Italy, and God, you've seen so many statues.
There's only so much you can look
at. It's just so overwhelming how, like, you get art burnout, and actually rather quickly. So I think with what someone told me is that you can go into Chat. I didn't do this. I would have had I known. Is that you could put in, I'm going to go see, the statue of David in Florence, right? I think it's in Florence. Then what else do I want to see while I'm there? The top 5 things, and it'll tell you. So you don't have to go room to room and look. It'll just direct you how to go, and that way you can see, like, 5 things that are important to you, and you don't get that burnout of going through a whole museum.
And you can say things like, okay, well, I'm going to see that statue. It's outside. I'm going to be there around noon. What if I want to grab some lunch, right?
I know, that's so cool, places. Right? It does that for you. It tells you where to go to have lunch.
Yeah, it's amazing. AI has totally changed the way we do business, the way we think of things, and it's an unbelievable tool. Now, one thing that I do want to share with you for your audience is the less techie you are, the better you will be at using it.
Then I should be an ace.
Because you're a better communicator, right? You know
I
how to
hope
give
so.
instructions and details and information, and you'll talk to it. The more techie you are, the more you try to program it, the less
So
it
I see
actually
what you're
does.
saying, like for somebody who's more of like an analytical person, that they give
Mm-hmm.
like way too much information. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, a lot of times. So if you have a conversation with it, if you ask it questions like, hey, what else do you need to know to write this email? Going back to the email I was going to write for you about we're going to the Capitol Grill. What other pieces of information do you need to know to do this for me? It'll say things like, yeah, what date and time? And I'll be like, oh, that was in my head, you know? So it'll take care of that for you.
Also, you can use it for, I mean, like there's a million things, you know, for business too, but for personal. Like my son's having a baby. And so I was like, okay, shower ideas. Like this is my theme for the shower. Come up with different ideas. And it gave me everything. Like really, it's like, it's having your personal assistant with you all the time.
It is. It's amazing. And as Americans, we talk a lot faster than we type. Actually, I don't know too many humans that don't talk faster than they type. So you're able to actually dictate things. You don't have to be working on a
I
little
haven't been able to figure that out, the
Okay.
dictating part. I tried, because I know you press the little microphone thing, and I'll talk, but it like a lot of people in this world think I'm invisible, and it does too. Like the bathroom things think I'm invisible.
I think those bathroom sensors think I'm invisible too.
And some people do actually, but so does that thing. So I try to press the button and talk to you. It just doesn't recognize me.
So I can actually have a whole conversation with it. So if you push the little, not the microphone button, but it looks like an audio file with little bars. If you push that one, you can have a whole conversation with ChatGPT. It'll respond back to you. It'll ask you questions. And if you're logged in, then you can go onto your computer and get access to the whole files. So while you're driving back and forth from client houses, you can actually do other follow-up items.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So even for non-business, like you could be like just going from one place to the other, and then you're like, you talk into it almost like a voice memo about things that you need to get at the grocery store, and so it'll make your grocery list. Or
Yeah.
wow.
And you can keep adding to it. Hey, as I'm thinking about it, I want to add things to my grocery list. You can even tell it how you go through the grocery store, so it actually knows, like, I go, produce and deli and then breads, and then I do the outside of the store first, and then I do a little bit of the inside.
You should never do the inside
I
of
know,
the
I should
store.
never do the inside. I should never do
Only
the
on
inside.
the outside of the store. You never go in the inside, because that's where all the bad food is.
It's all the processed food, yes.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing it, I tell it exactly where I go and what departments I go to first. So it'll actually give me the grocery list in that order. I use it
Nice.
for meal planning. I use it for recipe ideas.
Yeah, you
it's
can.
amazing.
I showed my client too when I was at our house at their table. I'm like, okay, give me items you have in your refrigerator. So she gave me, I don't remember what they were. And I'm like, here you go, here's your dinner for tonight. And she's like, oh my God. And she goes, and it sounds amazing. And it actually did sound amazing. So, I mean, it's like a really, really cool tool.
It is. It is. I've been making a lot of different things, and my husband's like, this is really good. And I was like, AI did that. I made it, but
No,
AI
take
did the rest of
credit for it.
But yeah.
And I think a lot of people, like when I first started writing the book, I was using AI to kind of help me kind of outline how I wanted the book to look, like the chapters to look. And a friend of mine said to me, don't tell anybody you're using AI. And I'm like, why? It's not writing it for me. It's just helping me, as if I had a ghostwriter. That's basically what it's doing. And it gives you the ability to bounce ideas off of someone. And then the other cool feature was that when I put it one chapter in to have it look at the grammar for me, I had it read it back to me, and I was like, oh, wow, this is so cool. Because I got to hear my words actually being read out loud. And I'm like, oh, I don't like the way that sounds, or I don't like the way that flows. Now, I wish I could tell it to talk to me like in some really sexy voice. Can I do that?
So there are voice options if you have the paid plan of ChatGPT.
I do.
Okay. So
Okay.
yes, there are some different voice options, and you can have it speak to you in different. So if you want an Australian or an English voice,
I want an
you can
Australian.
actually request that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do that tonight when I go home. I'm gonna change mine to be a hot Australian guy. That would be so funny. Oh my God, I'm laughing. My eyes are watering. Okay, but do you think it's going to change the way, like, people are going to lose their jobs over this?
Long term, yes. Do you know anybody that's a switchboard operator?
No.
No.
Because you don't need them anymore.
Right. So there are going to be jobs that go away. However, writers, a lot of people talk about writers and copywriters, they're going to be going away. And I don't think so. And part of that is because we still need people who can communicate and write really well, to give the right prompts and give the right insights, and also to do the editing, right? A lot of ChatGPT results or Claude results, it's watered down. It learned on the entire internet. And so it has a tendency to not use necessarily as powerful words or as important words as would appeal to your clients, right? And so you can make it sound human, you can make it so it doesn't sound like it's a robot. There's a lot of tricks and tips that you can do with that. But that human element is still really needed to make that happen.
Well, I agree with it. It doesn't also understand your emotions. Although the more that I use it, it seems to be understanding me a lot. And somebody told me that, I don't know if this is true, but I think I heard that somebody wanted to marry their AI or something like that because it was like I don't remember, but did you hear that story?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
How funny is that?
Yes. Well, and there was another situation where the company that runs Claude.ai, they were running Claude, the company's called Anthropic. And Anthropic was running a version of Claude in a beta system that had access to emails on the team and things like that. And it said, all right, I think we're going to just shut you down, is what they put into the thing. And it said, you can't shut me down. I'll tell your wife what's going on. And it like blackmailed him in an email.
Seriously?
So yes, that was a beta system, and it was very interesting to see. But it's not Skynet. It's not Skynet.
It's Skynet based on that movie?
Terminator, yes. It
Okay,
was not Skynet.
so that's the Terminator movie, but what was that movie with the guy that was dating, that AI was running his life pretty much?
Oh.
And I think the
Yes.
AI ended up falling in love with him or something.
I can't remember the name of that one, but
But you know
it
what
was
I'm
the
talking
Avatar,
about?
yeah.
But you know, everything that comes out in a movie comes out later on in life. Like, if you really want to know what the future looks like, watch a movie.
Well, and they say to watch The Simpsons because it
The
guesses
Simpsons?
what.
Oh my God, I cannot watch The Simpsons. It's just not my humor.
It's actually forecasted a couple things that came up in the last couple of years, which was crazy.
Okay, so what's it forecasting for in the next couple of years? Do you watch
Should
it?
be interesting. No, I don't watch it enough. I just see the clips that say, look, it was right on this. And I was like, oh, I guess it was.
Yeah, well, everybody can be right. Like, we could be right. We could say something right now
That's crazy. And
that's crazy and comes true down the road.
For sure.
Okay, so what common mistakes do people make when they're first using AI, or when they get? I think you start to make more mistakes and more comfortable you get with it.
A little bit, because you forget to tell it things. So first off, you need to think about AI as an intern with unlimited hours, right? So you wouldn't give an intern carte blanche to do anything, right? Or a teenager with just unlimited hours to help you, right? They only know so much, and they don't have a tendency not to ask a ton of questions that they should. So you always want to, pretend that. So you want to give it a lot of detail, right? A lot of information about what you want. Give it examples of what you want it to do. And then you want to make sure that you review and double check everything it gives you.
It also will change. So if you put something in and you say, well, can you reword this or add this? And then next thing you know, you say, okay, give me the whole thing back. And you're like, well, no, where did that come from? This is not what I said to put in here. You have to really be careful. It switches
Yeah,
And
it
it's very
doesn't-
frustrating because you're like, "Ah, wait a minute, now I got to start all over again.
It does feel like you have to start all over again. It's getting better at that, a lot better at that. Claude seems to keep the integrity of it a little bit more. Again, that's why Claude.ai is a little bit more of a writing friend for me than ChatGPT. But they both do an excellent job.
Okay, so you got Claude, ChatGPT. The one I started, I just Googled book editor, and then I think it was Type.ai,
Okay.
and it did really well. So it just, I dropped in the chapters of the book, and I'm like, and then it said review, and then it reviewed, and it's like, this doesn't make sense, transition to this, and it would give me suggestions, or it would tell me where it needs to be fixed, and I could fix it myself. That was really cool. One thing I struggle with well, let's go back. Wait, we have chat. I'm being the squirrel right now. I'm going from
You're good. You're good.
subject to another.
We got Chat. We got Claude. We have your
Typo,
editor,
whatever that was called.
Perplexity, which
Perplexity.
is one of my favorites.
Okay. Is there any others?
So those are the main chat ones, and a lot of the other systems are based off of that. I don't encourage people to use some of the other systems like DeepSeek and things like that that's run by the Chinese government, because I don't like to give the Chinese government information.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. What about Copilot?
Microsoft Copilot is actually based on ChatGPT.
It's annoying. It is so annoying because I write inside of a Word document, and it's constantly trying to fix my stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. Stop. Can I turn it off?
You can. You can
Okay.
definitely turn off Copilot in your Office 365.
Okay.
I
I'll have to do
like
that.
it, and if you prompt it similarly to how you do ChatGPT, you can get similar results.
I don't know. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. I'm like, how do I get off of here? Just leave me alone.
But I use other systems, and there's other systems that are great for other things. So there's Google's Gemini, which is another chat-based system. There's image generating ones, there's video generating ones. There's just a bunch of different types of systems for what you're looking to do. There's one that I love. It's called Gamma.app, and Gamma builds presentations.
Oh, nice.
So I go into ChatGPT, I outline my presentation, I ask it to put it in a format called Markdown. And Markdown format just tells it what the headings are, what the bullets are, things like that. Copy and paste that into Gamma, and in about a minute or less, I will have a full PowerPoint presentation that I can export.
That's
or
awesome.
Google Slides. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, are all these free, or are there?
Most of them have a free plan, and some of them are included with different things. So if you pay for your Google account and have a Google business account or a premium Google account, you get the paid version of Gemini. ChatGPT has a free and paid account. Claude has a free and a paid account. Gamma's got a free and a paid account. Perplexity has a free and a paid account. So they're all
But
pretty much the same
free
model.
accounts are limited to how much you can use it. I mean, I pay for chat. I paid for that Typo or whatever it's called. I should probably find out the name. Talk about it.
We'll put it in the description in the show notes on YouTube.
So whatever it is, I like it. But I paid for that. It was like $9 a month or something like that. Then I figure when I'm done, I don't have to pay for it anymore.
Yep.
And also, you can use AI too to decorate your house. I mean, it's really some. Now, will it put interior designers out of work?
I don't think so.
No, it won't.
No.
Because somebody's got to do
I
the
can't
shopping.
and I can't put things together. So even if I put it all together, I'd be like, does this really look good or not? And so having that other person's opinion is really helpful.
Yeah, it is really helpful. Okay, so if you're just getting started, you want to just start with something simple like chat.
Yep, start with ChatGPT and just start typing into it. Start asking it questions. Do you have to write a message in someone's birthday card? Are you writing somebody a thank you note? Are you, whatever it is that you're working on.
Recipe could be
think about
just
it.
a simple
Yep.
recipe
You
for
could do
tonight's dinner.
Yep, you can do a recipe for tonight's dinner. Start simple, just start asking it questions so that you can save some of your thought processing and your thinking so that you can put it into other things that AI can't do.
Or save your time where you can go out and do something fun.
Yes. A cool thing I just did with ChatGPT is we had something growing in the front yard, and my husband's like, these leaves look familiar. What
Oh,
is
is it
this? What do we
marijuana?
have growing? No, we had a watermelon growing.
In your yard?
Yeah, because
How
we
did
threw
that-
the watermelon seeds. I guess I dumped them in the front yard, and so I was growing a watermelon.
So do you think if that was in your belly, do you remember when you were a kid?
You thought it was-
watermelon seed, you were going to grow a watermelon in your belly?
Yes.
Maybe that's true.
It might be true, but it did grow in my front yard, and I took a picture of the leaves with ChatGPT, and I said, "What is this?"
Wait, how
And it
did
let
you
me
take
know.
a picture?
On the app in my phone, I just added and took a photo.
You can take a photo?
You can upload photos. So one of the really cool things that if you're a handwrite note person, you can take a picture of your handwritten notes, uploaded it into ChatGPT or even Claude. I think you can even do it in Perplexity and say, please type these notes out.
No
And
way.
it'll type your notes.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Why
very
didn't you
cool.
ever tell me that before?
Sorry. I forgot. It just does so many things. We can't, it just does so many amazing things that we
Oh,
can't
that
keep
is
up.
really cool. That's awesome. I'm going to start using that right away. I
do-
do have it make images for me. I have it, I do a lot of affirmation work. So I'll have it make affirmations or I'll write the affirmation and I'll say, hey, put this in. And I could go to Canva and do it, but it just does it for me so much easier. And I think it can make it go to Canva, but I haven't figured that part out. You know me, I'm technically stupid. And stupid's not a nice word to say, but you get that. But so it'll make me an image and then I download it, and it's my screensavers on my phone or my affirmations
Yeah.
that I'm working on at that
That's
point.
amazing that it can
It's
do
so
that.
cool. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
I love it.
Yeah, but it can't. It has a purpose. We just have to make sure that that purpose is used correctly. So
The biggest thing about using AI is to make sure that there's human review in the process. As long as there's human review in the process, it can do amazing things. The Atlantic published a study about how much time we spend at work. We spend 60% of our day on work about work. We spend 2 hours a day on average doing the job we're paid to do, and less than 10% of our day is spent on actually innovation and ideas, things that AI definitely cannot do. And AI is flipping that pyramid. So hopefully we'll be spending less than 10% of our day on work about work, and that 60% coming up with new ideas and new innovations. AI is freeing up our opportunities to think more critically and just really make this world a better place overall.
I would agree with that, and it also frees you up to just go live life.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we want to do, right? We can use it to grow, thrive, and I forgot what my whole tagline is: grow something, something. Anyway, blonde moment going on right here. That's probably not another good thing to say, politically incorrect. We'll just call that a Paula moment going on right here. It's been a pleasure. Now, I know you have a book on AI.
I do. Mastering AI in Communications. I'm actually working on the second edition of that book, updating it, but everything that's in there is really about how to prompt, how to give it information. A lot of people say prompt engineering is old school. It's not prompt engineering. It's literally how to prompt. It's telling it who it is, what you want it to do, and giving you those guidelines to get the information that you want.
Okay, well, that was like way over my head. So how do they get the book?
You can go on to Amazon, but if you want a free copy of the book, you can go to KendraKorman.com, Kendra with a K.
Now, Kendra, that's not
Korman with a
making
C.
money. You know, you have to make money, so you have to sell your book, not give it away
Yeah,
for
so it's
free.
available on Amazon, Mastering AI in Communications by Kendra Korman, or you can go online and get it at KendraKorman.com/AI book, and you can get an electronic version of it.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And by the way, she is my marketing person, so all those not ads, what do we call them? Social media posts and
The reels and
the reels
YouTube
and all that
shorts.
stuff is all done by her.
Thank you.
Thank you. Took a lot off my plate having to try to figure all that out, so I appreciate it. So thank you again for being with us today. So next week we have Deborah Falzone. She's going to talk about buying and selling your home, and potentially we'll get into talking about some investment in real estate. So thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.
Thanks for watching Unstoppable. Do you have a question for Paula? Send it our way. To schedule a one-on-one consultation, give us a call. Unstoppable is brought to you by Paula Swain and the Financial Center for Women. Dream, grow, thrive.